All right, I'm fascinated to meet this woman. Jane, do the introduction.
She's a great friend of mine. She is a tremendous fine artist. She is a creative. She is the owner of Ground Floor Artists, Kelley Smith, and you can find her at Kelley Smith Art. Kelley Smith, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's awesome. This is my first time on the radio, so I'm very excited and a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
And Kelley, and you realize, you and I did this Craft Room Crash segment a couple of years ago, which, by the way, I won an Emmy for. And it was.
Did you get one for her? Did you send her a
I should have sent her one. Oh. Shoot, I'll do that. But because Kelley is obsessed with Barbie, I thought, well, you need to meet my friends, Kelley, Steve Kelley.
Kelley, it's great to meet you, and I'm very impressed. I saw the segment. I'm very impressed with your artistic abilities.
Thank you.
But and like me, I know you're a grandparent. And you have daughters and granddaughters?
I have 5 daughters, and we have 20 grandkids, and expecting our first great-grand. So that's crazy.
You're way too young for that.
It's awesome. I know.
Yeah. Well, look, you're obviously a wonderful woman and family person, but I have to ask. When your daughters and your granddaughters find out you're ripping the heads off of Barbies, don't they want to lock you up?
They think I'm weird, but they also think I'm awesome. So
well, I'm sure they think you're awesome, but I'm legitimately asking you, how do you explain that to them?
I don't know. People either think the weird assemblage art I do is they either love it or hate it.
Right, but okay, so what are the age of your granddaughters? Like, what's the age range?
I think the oldest is 21 and the youngest is 8.
All right, so the 8-year-old. Let's take the 8-year-old, because my granddaughter's she'll turn 8 this December. Yeah. So your 8-year-old granddaughter, there's got to be a bit of a curve that she goes around. She goes, Mommy, Daddy, why is Grandma ripping the head off of Barbies, and should I not bring my Barbies over?
Right. Well, it's interesting because I think myself, along with, I've heard Jade say that we were the ones who were cutting the hair, and, the Barbies I usually get from the thrift store, and they're all marked up on their bodies. So they're, very loved, but, they think I'm weird.
But and that's fine because you're not
awesome
and awesome, but because you're fun. And here's what I like about what you do, and you just said it. You get your Barbies from the thrift store. Their hair is cut off. Sustainability is a huge big thing. You're recycling them, and you're really turning them into these beautiful necklaces and earrings and pendants and things like that. So I love what you're doing because of that recycle feature. But explain to everybody, you have this weird fascination with doll heads because it goes further than just Barbies. If you've gone to her house, she's taken the heads off of little baby dolls, and you create this assemblage art, as you call them, little statues of. Where is this fascination coming from?
I don't know. I've always just thought a little bit different. In fact, it's interesting because I also love Halloween. I love decorating for Halloween, and so I use doll heads and those kind of things and alter dolls to make them a little spooky and everything. In fact, I have been in a Comic-Con Halloween shows here in Arizona, and they're in California, and I was in those, and people would come up, and mostly younger people, and they think, well, who's the artist? They look around and say, I am, and they can't believe it because I'm this, typical grandma looking, and I don't know why. I just have this different outlook.
Well, listen, you're entitled. You're entitled to your outlook. Your outlook is fine as long as you're comfortable being profiled by the FBI. You're not actually committing any crime, so it's fine.
I do have to say that when I first started pulling the heads off, thinking, I can make some jewelry with this, I kind of felt like, sorry, Barbie.
Sure.
I'm going to do this to you.
Sure.
And cut the hands off and the feet off.
Jane, explain that, because what does she do with the hands and the feet?
She turns the hands and feet into earrings. And I've also seen a pendant where the hands are crossing I mean, it is weird. I ripped a head off of Barbie. I've never done this before because I had lots of Barbies. But with Kelley, with her there, she goes, you can do it. Just rip the head off. Go ahead and rip the Barbie's head off.
Because it does take some strength. You have to just really pull.
Now, Jane is wearing a lovely necklace that you made with Barbie's face on it.
Explain what's around it, because it's on this little flat.
It's bejeweled.
It is bejeweled, but the jewelry is also repurposed, yes?
Yes, it is. I use a lot of vintage jewelry and jewelry that people give me all of their stuff all the time, their old stuff. I even use some of my grandma's old jewelry and take it all apart and repurpose it.
You didn't use grandma, did you?
No.
That's true, jewelry. Okay.
How often are you creating something? Because I think it's fascinating. A lot of times I tell people just take a break in your day and make something, or people go exercise. But how often are you creating?
I like to create every day, and all different things. Of course, I love to paint. Mostly still lifes and a lot of portraits, but I get the same satisfaction of creating. From sewing or just even organizing, but doing things that, make you feel good.
By the way,
I have to say with the bodies, I send to a fellow artist, and she does these little
If you just turn the radio on, the bodies she sent were Barbie bodies, not actual human bodies.
The Barbie bodies get reused?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, the Barbie bodies.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do they make out of the Barbie bodies?
She puts them on the
that could be the authorities. Don't answer that till we're done. Go ahead. What was that, Jen?
I know. If someone profiled me, it would be sad.
What do they make? What are the Barbie bodies again?
She puts them on little pedestals, and then she creates these wonderful wings, and they look like Venus de Milo in a way.
Oh.
But, so it's awesome because the whole Barbies get used. But I've had several people that just are appalled that I would cut up a Barbie. But
listen, you are entitled to make your art as you see your art.
That's right.
And that's entirely fine.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah. That's Nick. Say hi to Nick.
Nick DeGilio.
Hello.
Who loves the Barbie movie and says you're going to love it.
It is the best movie of the year. But I will say this. When you see it, the next time that you disfigure a Barbie, you're going to feel real guilty.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie, and you will love it. But I'm just saying, I know that even you were just saying that it's kind of difficult sometimes to take the head off of Barbie. Once you see this movie, because all the Barbies have personalities, and there's actually one in the movie that's a weird Barbie that's been like had her hair cut off and stuff. Yeah, you're going to have there's going to be a much bigger emotional connection after you see the movie.
Well, I want people to see your stuff, and Jane endorses what you do and says you're a great artist, and that's good enough for me. So, Jane, how do they order?
So, Kelley, we can see more of what you do, not only with this Barbie jewelry, but also with the fine art, the drawings that you do on your Instagram, which is Kelley Smith Art.
Yes, Kelley Smith Art, and it's Kelley. It's a little bit different. I don't know why my mom did that to me.
Well,
Kelley
it's
Smith.
a little bit different, Kelley. We know why. It's a little bit different. So Kelley Smith Art is where we can find it. And if they want to order a piece of jewelry, they can just instant message you there or go to your Etsy store.
Yes. And then also if they go to groundfloorartist.com, they could contact me there, or someone, and can certainly get them one and ship them a Barbie necklace or anything.
Well, I think you're lovely, and I will continue to endorse you at the meeting of the grandparents.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great time with your girls today when you go to the movie. And
yes, I'm excited.
But I'm of course, I'm going to tell the FBI to continue to watch you in case you go wrong.
There you go.
But thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Kelley.
Thank you. Thanks, Jane. Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. What a nice lady. She's very nice.
She just can't explain why she's got this fascination with weird Barbie.
I just think there's conversations, and Nick, you know this because your oldest in particular, you're going to have these talks, and you do have these talks, where they look you in the eye and their big eyes and their face, and they just don't understand something. And little granddaughter's going, I love Grandma, but why is she taking the heads off the Barbies?
So true.
Yeah. I like that she called it assemblage art. That's a new term for me, assemblage art.
I'm sure it'll come up in trial. It's one of the exhibits of evidence.
Just because of all this, we're going to get Abigail a Barbie doll necklace.
You're going to clear that with Ross.